So part 3, we are at the end of our chart. We are only 2 rows more to do. We are on a row 22. We are heading into row 23 and 24, and then we go into shape to the collar and the arm shape, not arm, shoulders. I'm so confused today. So 2 more rows to do. We're gonna hop straight into it. If you want to see the part 1 and 2, they are just listed below of this. I'll leave a link below, is in the description box as well. Also, the pattern book is there as well, and the wool I'm using. This, by the way, the wool and the pattern book are not sponsored, so this is just my own initiative, what I wanted to use. Okay, so boom, boom, boom. We are going to row 23, what means that now we are going in 20 plus 8 to get to inside the chart. So we need 20 plus 8, knit 20 plus 8. Okay, now change to color B. I'm actually going to throw them both on my fingers because they're very close enough now. So you change to color B and you knit 2, 1, 2. You're going to knit 9 for the color A to the face. Oh no, I actually have dropped and it's running. Now, hang on. Where is the crochet hook here? So we have dropped a stitch. I'll fix it. Back on the needle, stitch on the run. So yeah, you're going to knit 9. Sorry, my nose is getting runny. It's evening times, my nose is straight getting runny. And you're going to use color B and you're going to knit 2. Make sure your tension between the 2 ears doesn't want to come. Nice tension. Movable. Okay, 1, 2, drop the colors, get your main color, flatten it. Okay, and knit to the end. That's row 23. Okay, now we are going to row 24. It looks really wrinkly right now. And what we can do now, in the meantime, we can remove our color B because we're done with color B on this chart. But we leave the color A, because it's just getting very annoying for me. Okay, and now we are going to, it's 8, 10, 11. So you're going to first going to purl 20 plus 11 to get to top of the head, to get into the chart. Now we are going to take the color A. Okay, and we are going to purl 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We are going to take the main color again, work around, yeah, and we are going to purl to the end, and that is all 24 rows of chart done. I could yak a little bit down here about myself. So my name is Anne. I am 36, mum of 2, and I've been knitting for 30 years. I still remember knitting bits. I wanted to knit a scarf. I still remember that it was quite of a thick wool what my granny gave me to knit. And it was only a garter stitch what I was doing. Just knit, 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 knit row, knit row. And I remember going for an hour's knitting, and then my granny checked it and said, you made a mistake there. And I had purled, actually not knitted, for a whole row, so I had to be reveled up. And she still says, well, she's not alive anymore, but she says, like, I didn't even have to teach you how to purl, you knew it yourself. So we are going to cut off the color A, and this is our motif done. Now we're going to have to grow our front to hit the color line. To do that, we have to keep going in a stocking stitch for another 10 rows. I'm not going to knit in live for you. I'm going to do that. I turn off the camera. I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to join you back, because then we're going to shape the 2 shoulders and the buttonhole band on the top of the shoulder for the buttons. So I will be back in a few minutes. So I have now finished these 10 rows growing above that, so we could start to actually, and also cook the dinner. But so we are ready now to start to shape our front and the collar line. And I am going to grab quickly a needle. This is actually a needle what I need. Hang on. So what we're going to do first is we are going to shape the neck. The first row we are going to knit 28. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. We are going to leave the rest of the, you could put it on a separate needle. I won't. I'm going to leave them on, and I'm just going to turn my work around. And this is our, one of the shoulder. This is the shoulder for the buttonholes, okay? So first we're gonna do, then we're gonna turn the work around and leave these ones here on that needle. Now we are going to cast off 3 stitches in a purlwise. So 1, 2, and loose enough. Just make sure it's loose enough. 3, we cast off 3 stitches and we knit to the end. Sorry, purl to the end. We keep the stocking stitch going at the moment. Okay, so we now have 25 stitches left on the needle. Now we're going to turn work around. 3rd, 4th and 5th row, you keep working in a stocking stitch and decreasing 1 stitch at the neck edge. So what we do now is we are going to knit down to the last 2 stitches. Okay, so we are going to knit 23 very quickly. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 23. Oh, right, yeah, we have actually 25 only. So 23, and it doesn't say how you're going to decrease. What I'd like to do is the SKO, is it? So you slip 1 stitch, you knit 1, and you slip the stitch over the netted stitch, because it kind of keeps you in this line to kind of this perfect kind of a way up. Plus it gives you a nice stitch, because later on you need to pick up the edging and it's easier to pick up than stitch from there. Now I'm going to turn and work around, and now we're going to knit 2 together. So row 4, we have to decrease 1 more stitch and purl to the end. That's our row 4. Now we have 23 stitches left. Okay. Now we're going to turn work around. We are going to back into the last 2 stitches. So we have 23, so we need to go 21 stitches. We need to knit 21 stitches. That's our 5th row. And again, we're going to, there's 2 stitches, we're going to slip the stitch, we're going to knit it, and we're going to slip that back over. So we're going to decrease that way. Now, 6, 7, 8, 9th row, working stocking stitch, decreasing 1 stitch at the neck edge on the 7th and the 9th row. So 6th row, we're just going to purl back to the end. So this is a purl row. Now you turn the work around. This is our 7th row. So this is decreased row. Again, we are going down to here. So we are going to work 20 stitches. And when we get to the last 2 stitches, we are going to slip 1, knit 1, and slip that over. SKSSO, I think it's called. Okay, last 2 stitches, you slip this one, you knit this one, and you slip this stitch over. That's our row 7. Row 8, we're gonna purl. It's a purl row. So we purl to the end. You can count your stitches, but you should have 21 stitches now on your needle for this side. Okay, turn work around. So my video got out there. So I had to go back a little bit. Purl back. So you should have now 21 stitches, if I'm not wrong. You purl back. And we are going to the row 9. Not really sure where it got off, so I hope we're on the track. Row 9. So row 9, and we are gonna go, it's the crease row again. We're gonna go in about last 2 stitches. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 21. Yeah, so we have one more row 9. We're gonna knit to the last 2 stitches, and we are doing the slip one, knit one, and slip stitch over. We decrease one of the stitch, and that is it. That is our, here you go, row 9. That's actually our, now the shoulder seam. Now we are starting to do the band, the buttonhole band, and I am getting tired and dehydrated. It's been a long day. So the next row, what we do, not getting tangled in the wool, is we're going to knit. So we knit one row. And we're going to turn around, and we're going to knit another 6 rows, okay? Meantime, I could talk a little bit about myself again. So, what else? I'm born in Estonia, raised in Estonia, but I'm living in Ireland for the past 13 years. That's where my accent is coming from. That's row 1. I have 2 kids. Neither of them love knitting, or actually wrong. My daughter has been asking to knit, but I want her to learn to crochet first, because I am a true believer that if you know how to crochet first, it's no bother to pick up the knitting afterwards. Especially because I'm going to teach her in a continental way. So that's row 2 done. We have 4 more rows to do. If you have any questions, if you'd like to know more about me, you can leave the comments below. I don't mind. We can do a little Q&A if it comes to that. No. So row 3. I've said many times before, my kids are bigger. They're 5 and 8. So when I got pregnant with my daughter, this is where the Cozy Handmade design was born, because I started to make clothes, and I made a lot of toys and blankets for my kids as well. So row 4. And it's funny, my son loves knitting. My daughter couldn't care less. she would steal the blankets and cushions if she can. She's a little bit like me. She likes to decorate her chambers. What girl doesn't? So now we start row 5. Row 5. So yeah, I've been knitting for 30 years. Most of the knitted items on my shop in Etsy are my items. I don't really do that much anymore because it's pretty thankless. People, row 6, and this is our last row. People rather go for quantity than quality, so but I love making it. It's my meditation. I have knitted myself out twice from depression, so highly recommend. The next row, this is our row 6, and now we're going to move to the buttonhole roll. Okay, we're nearly at the end. So what we do now is, where are we? We are knitting 5. Make sure you're looking at the puppy or the knitting kitten, or like look at your puppy, okay, because this is a puppy motif one. So you knit 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You yarn over, you knit 2 together. Okay, next we knit 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yarn over and knit 2 together. And we are going to now knit 5. Do we have 5? We have 6 here, so I have 1 too many. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I wonder why. Anyways, next coming up, we're going to turn our work around and we are going to knit to the next two, knit another 2 rows. So this is our row 1. And we're going to do the row 2 now. If you see here, these are our buttonholes. This is where I kind of went. It says on description where materials are said that you need 3 buttons, but we only have 2 buttonholes. So I haven't really found where the 3rd button goes, but it could be just a little typo. So that's okay. So knit the row 2, quick. And we are going to, next row, cast off knitwise. So this row we are going to cast off and this side is done. Okay, let's start. Now, nearly at the end. Just don't want to be too quiet. It just kind of goes dead. The video goes a bit boring. But I don't want to really fast forward it either. It's just because we're so close to the end, so it's just cutting and chopping it. You can go just double tap on the screen and you go forward 10 seconds or 15 seconds, whatever you want to. Now, so this is the buttonhole side. This would be our right side. So now we're going to go to the left side. So first of all, what we do is we do our spear needle or stitch holder. Do use a stitch holder. I'm just too lazy to go in my studio, what is a bit of a mess to find my stitch holder. I have another trick, what I might show you somewhere sometime, how my mother used to use just normal needles as a stitch holders, and anyone can do it at home. It's very easy DIY. So what we do now is we are facing our right side, okay? We are going to slip 13 stitches to this needle. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Is it really 13 stitches? That seems very little, but that's a centerpiece of the stitches. And I'm going to pull my hair away. Now we are going to make sure we have 28 stitches on here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26. Yeah, 28. So you connect the yarn and you are going to knit to the end. This is going to be very annoying, this needle in the middle here now. But let's call this a real knitting. This is like not a show-off thing. Instagram perfect pictures. Nah. Okay, so we have knitted to the end. The second row, we're going to purl to the end, okay? We switch the work around and we're going to purl to the end. Wow. Now, whoop. So we purl, next row, second row, we purl to the end for 28 stitches. Okay. Okay, now we're going to turn the work around, and as our row 3, first what we're going to do is we are going to cast off 3 stitches at this neck edge like we did before. Cast it off quite loose, okay? So we do 1, 2 and 3, and we are going to knit to the end. We have 25 stitches left on the needle. Now we're going to turn the work around. This is our 4th row. 4th, 5th and 6th row, we are working in a stocking stitch by decreasing 1 stitch on the neck edge, okay? So we are 4th row, we are going to purl down to the last 2 stitches. We're going to purl 23 stitches until we get to the 24th and 5th. And we're going to do the same as we did with in the other side, but this time we do purl, slip, stitch. No, slip, stitch, purl, and then slip, stitch over. So we have 23 stitches. You slip this stitch, you purl this one, and you slip this stitch over. And we have nice kind of a right curved, whoop, and easy to pick up later on when we're doing the edge. So now we are going to knit 2 together on our 5th row. We have to decrease 2 stitches on this side. So we knit 2 together and we are knitting to the end. We now have 23 stitches left on the needle. So we turn the work around and we are going to do our 6th row. 6th row is the same like the row before in a purl, 4th row. So we're going to purl 21 stitches, was it? Yep. 21 stitches down to the last 2. I'm going to purl to the last 2 stitches, what is 21 stitches, and then we are going to slip 1, purl 1 and slip 1 over, slip stitch over. SBSSO. Now these stitches are not in the book. These, it just says decrease 1 or grow 1. It doesn't actually say how to do it. So this is my interpretation and my putting into the pattern. So next, 7, 8, 9th and 10 row. Work in stocking stitch, decreasing 1 stitch at neck edge on 7th and 9th row. So we are going to, this is our 7th row. We're going to knit 2 together and knit to the end. Now we have 21 stitches left. Now we're gonna turn work around. This is our 8th row. We're just gonna purl to the end. Now we are on our 9th row. So you're going to knit 2 together and you knit to the end, and we have 20 stitches left. We should have 20 stitches left. So it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay. Now we are going to do another purl row. That's our 10th row. That's our actually last row on the shoulder. Now the next row we are going to cast off. So this is then done. The front is done. We cast off our 20 stitches. 2, 3, to loose enough. Cast off loose enough so you could easier to stitch on. No. And I am starving. Ready for my dinner. Okay. So, snip it off. Fasten it. And here is our puppy motif little jumper. Ta-da! So super adorable. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. This is it. That's our front done. Is my puppy. There is the neck, the one shoulder. This is the neck for the edging, and this is the buttonholes. This is the puppy, the motif. It's actually really, really nice. So this is how our front will look like on the puppy. The lace edge, adorable. Yeah, so we are ready. So thank you so much for joining to my Puppy Motif video, and it is again 3-part video. I am tired. There is night now outside and I need some food. Join me in tomorrow to see about the sleeves, and then we are going to get to do the neckband next, and then to finish. There is optional lace sleeve edging, but we might look. We might. Anyways, thank you, and I hope to chat to you soon. Bye.